Chitta, this is our mind according to Patanjali. And vritti is the fluctuations, the disturbances that come into our mind as a part of living through the hardships of life and distractions of the life. So Patanjali talks about cultivating that concentration focus, that's emotional intelligence, the sharpening that aspect through yoga, through breath work, and through the flow, through the asanas. So keeping that intention in mind, following Patanjali's intentions, the sankalpa, it's very important for us to study our body, to study the muscles that support our body, that move our body, the asanas. It's very important to learn about the bones, the architecture that supports our body, our anamaya, the physical dimension of our existence. And then the connection between the muscles and the bones is the tendons. And then tendons are very important because they are the insertion points where the muscles meet the bone. And when we hold our poses, when we cultivate that stillness, when we stretch our muscles, the tendons are the ones that translate the flow of energy through the bones, through the muscles. So it's very important to understand how each flow, even the breath work, how that affects each muscle. And it's also very important when we are cultivating awareness, spatial intelligence, and trying to be mindful. It's important to connect to each muscle as we stretch. So it's like having conversations with our body. So yoga is having that close conversation with each major muscle, and then also translating that conversation even to small muscles that hold or bring precision into our movement. So the idea is to sharpen the strength in those muscles and also to bring a balance by strengthening the bones and then having a channel of communication between the muscles and the bones. So this is the important part of the Anamaya when we are studying our physical body, when we try to understand the concept of yoga, when we follow Patanjali's direction, but we also look forward to anatomy, the architectural design of our body, the gift we have, the physical body, and the way all the structures, the bones, muscles, they flow, just like in a symphony. They create a musical dimension. When we move our body, there's a pose, there's a counter pose. One muscle is more active. One could be in adduction, the other one is in abduction. So these are some of the areas to understand, to study when we study the anatomy of our body, when we study yoga. So this is aspect of Nira Yoga, understanding the architecture, learning the anatomy of our body, especially when we're working on Anamaya.